Welcome back! In the last few videos, we covered project risk management. Now, I will be creating a set of videos on how to deal with high-risk projects. First, let's remember PMI's definition of a project. Projects are temporary endeavors with a particular start and finish and a set of deliverables within a defined scope and resources. Risk in a project can be analog to the proverbial bump on the road. Project risk is redefined by PMI as an uncertain event or condition that, if it occurs, has an effect on at least one project objective. High-risk projects have several challenges in common. They are highly visible, have a sweeping impact inside and outside the organization, and pose significant threats to the project team's ability to deliver. A paper by Turner in 2007 further defines items that can add to a project's level of risk as political exposure, which encompasses how project outcomes affect the personal stock and credibility of key stakeholders. Impact to core business addresses how project outcomes will affect an organization's value chain, including but not limited to business processes, employees, technology architecture, and supply chain. And ability to deliver focuses inward on the organization's commitment and ability to deliver results. The perfect storm project presents significant challenges and exposure in each area. In addition, quick turnaround in required response time to risks, decentralization of the project team, and/or multiple risk factors converging into an event can be particularly challenging in high-risk projects. So what? Why is this important? Studies of projects with low and high degrees of uncertainty, see Chouinard 2001, show that as uncertainty increases, there is also an increased likelihood of the following: increased project budgets, increased project duration, increased planning effort, increased number of activities in the planning network, increased number of design cycles, and increased number of design reviews, delayed final design, increased need for exchange of information outside of formal meetings and documentation, increased management attention and effort, increased systems engineering effort, and increased quality management effort. High-risk projects show that a standard set of tools may or may not help project managers deliver results. But at the end of the day, our job as project managers is to identify, assess, and manage project risks. There are other skill sets that project managers must be able to leverage in order to see through the veils of project complexity and effectively manage high-risk projects. Those skill sets include communication. Number one, it is always important, but particularly with high-risk projects, it is critical that project teams craft a communication plan with surgical precision so that stakeholders know when, how, and what to expect in communication to happen. Navigating an organization's culture and team subculture is also important. Negotiating skills for competing and sometimes even opposed goals within the project stakeholders. A detailed approach to risk management and other soft skills such as active listening, teamwork, and composure are also really important. Now we're going to look at an example that would turn a regular project into a high-risk project. And we will use the equipment installation project that we've been working on. And there are two scenarios which will turn this normal project into a high-risk project. And scenario number one involves a financial constraint driven by financial struggles, and our CFO has requested that the team do a 10% budget reduction. And scenario number two is driven by additional customer demand, which is driving a need for more capacity in the factory. And now the director of operations has asked the team to ensure that the project is completed in 5 weeks as opposed to the 7 weeks originally scheduled for the project. Some typical classroom questions that relate to high-risk projects can be: how does one identify a high-risk project? What are the implications of dealing with a high-risk project? And what are some strategies to manage high-risk projects? So now what? High risk, high impact, high profile projects require extra handle and care. Having a solid communication plan in place and continuously managing stakeholder expectations are paramount to success. Over the next few videos, we will cover tools and processes focused on managing high risk projects.